So the blink timing for the lion is just as important as her shaker's blink. Although you're probably not going to get as much space. Whether or not RR will devote that space out is up in the air, but you would want to. It's ideal in order to prevent the droid from getting their own big combination off.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind it too much. Just you're already having a bit of a rough day as it is. I'm not sure if going something a bit weirder like a lion is the way to go here. That's my concern, right? Like, this hero is not in meta for a reason,
Yeah.
and that's because it's not very good right now, and hasn't been for a very long time, as you know very well, John, because you
Yeah.
love this hero.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It's one of my boys, and he's dead. He's dead to me. It's like he's not coming back. It's just so hard to make it work. Laning phase is all right. You can
hmm.
trade with your impale, but at some point it's very easy to punish a lion for that. And I love the pickup from Adroit. So it looks like we are gonna get the mid DK. We're getting the offlane Beastmaster for I believe Ben Soy, and it's just such a good fit here. You've already got the DK for push. Now you've got the Beastmaster as well. You've got solid single target control coming out of that Beastmaster, on top of all the control and damage your supports are giving you. It's such a well balanced draft from Adroit, and I'm very worried about what RR is going into. They don't have the best wave clear with these supports, and they have decent burst potential. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. They're going to be relying a lot, perhaps, on the Tusk to save someone who's roared up or being targeted by the Ice Blast. And I guess this is one way to deal with that. You go with a spec, you try to go the long game. A droid can kind of scale, but the Spectre is one of the best scaling late here, so
I
RR
don't
will
know.
want to buy space there.
I appreciate where you're going with this Spectre pick, John. I really do, but you're up against DK Beastmaster.
Yeah.
I don't think you have time to farm up on a Spectre. That's my problem. Like, not only is this draft so dominant from Adroit, but they're going to push down towers so quick.
Mm.
You've got solid control to take down the Spectre as well, and it's up against the Beastmaster, right? Of all
Yeah.
things, probably the most lane dominant offlaner right now in the game is Beastmaster.
Yeah.
And you've got a Spectre line up against Beastmaster, Earthshaker, I guess, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I just think I know they have to try and drag it out the best they possibly can till that later stage of the game. But when you don't have that wave clear, and you don't have ways of pushing out waves and buying Spectre space, Adroit might be in for a very fast game, John.
Yeah, it's a major worry for Reality Rift's draft. I think they have to play to their strengths, which means I don't want to see KYXY going for a defensive build. He has to go offensive. Like, he has to buy space for that Spectre if they want to make this work. And one way they could is by maybe going hunting. So you've got the NP. You just haunt with a spec on a low target. You have the NP to TP in, find the kill, back off immediately. Do that every 2 minutes, which is easier said than done and is a very long time. And maybe you find space. I don't know. They've got to really impress with their last pick. Their mid has to be something Alacrity can tempo set with, because you mentioned it. This is just going to be such a fast push, and
Woo!
no, that's not it.
I'm
That's not
out.
it. That's
It's
not it.
that is
Hmm.
I don't know.
Uh,
Somewhere in the world, Slack's just vomited in his mouth. He's disgusted. I'm disgusted too, John. I do not like this at all. Uh,
hmm.
you know, mid windranger, John, is coming out for
No.
Alacrity. No, it's happening. I don't say no. It's gonna happen unless you're gonna see a mid line.
I'd rather the mid line. I'll tell you that. I'd actually rather the mid line. But look, I like Windranger. I like the hero. I like its kit. I think when you have a Nature's Prophet, that's 100% guaranteed shackle in one. Is that going to be enough? No. Is it going to help you against Dazzle? No. It's a tempo setting hero for Alacrity, and he will have to do a lot of work with it. There's a reason why it's faded out of the meta, and I don't think that's it. I don't think it's the solution here. Like, it's not going to do damage to the DK. It's not going to do anything to Natsumi, for one. The wave clear is not the best. And if you get caught in the slam, in the fissure ice blast, you're basically just gone. You don't have much HP to begin with. So there's a lot here from RR that they really have to play perfectly. Whereas Adroit, I think, has a lot more leeway, and we're actually being treated to Mac. Right, yeah, Mac and the Beastmaster. So Ben Soy's on the Dazzle. It's just so much easier for Adroit to execute this draft. It's a much faster draft, so they can't afford to drag the game out. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
I don't know. I don't. I like the Dazzle finish as well from Adroit because I think you've already got these unkillable heroes on Adroit and you just make them even harder to kill. We know the sustain available from the Dazzle. You drag it out really late up against the Dazzle. Once he's hit that level 18 mark, you can forget about the game. He's just going to keep everyone at full HP the whole time. Alacrity has to play like an absolute god this game.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I can't say I'm very confident, but
No.
I'm looking forward to see how well he does in the Windrange.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are situations where it works. I think the important thing is itemization. So the timing on, I guess in this case, you're really going to have to go for the Maelstrom. Just the timing on that is going to be really important because nothing else on their lineup does anything up against the other course. I'm going to have to reconnect real quick, Mike, because I've got someone else in my camera.
Always good to see that.
Still beta, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the first game for Adroit vs RR, the first showing for Adroit throughout the BTS Pro Series 2. And as John has mentioned a couple times, Adroit is one of the stronger teams in SEA right now, and the RR is definitely got another hard matchup. They're bringing out something weird.
Very weird.
I already see Alacrity going for the standard pub build, going for the Javelin Rush, which is if you are watching out there and you think this is a good idea because you saw Alacrity do it, don't do it. It's not a don't pick this hero. If it's in your cavern crawl, just buy a new battle pass. Don't even do it.
Yeah, it's the timing's gonna be key. There's no other way to play this mid though. Like you will need a fast javelin just because of the heroes you're gonna have to face up against. You really just need that early raw damage. And
oh no, I appreciate the javelin. In fact, top lane, Ben Soy going to be chased down, but a great three-man Fisher and Boomy does steal the banner in away from Adroit, or rather from RR. And RR only managed to find one bounty. KYXY takes one at the bot lane, but 3 go to the way of Adroit, and that's going to be a great little gold booster for them to start off this game. We are going to have a very, very quick pause, I'm sure, coming out from Adroit.
yeah, it's an unfortunate start for RR. This will set them back by a fair bit, and of course this does hurt Alacrity a lot more. And this lane just got a bit harder. It's actually going to be Mac mid on the Beastmaster, so this is not something the Windranger in particular deals with too well. Mac should be able to shove this out constantly, and Alacrity, I guess, can try to clear out with a power shot, but at best, it's just going to be a farm trade.
Oh, those voice lines. Well, Adroit's been spending their money, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see. Gaben will be very, very pleased seeing this kind of game here from Adroit. It's like Boomy is actually going to rotate in mid very early on. Mind you, he is being scouted out and chased down by Nuts on the line. And it's not like they're going to really be able to kill Alacrity off with just the level 1 Fisher, but I'm sure he'll just run around this mid lane. Just keep trying to avoid Nuts on that line.
Yeah, it is a bit tricky for Alacrity though. Like he did opt for level 1 power shot, so he doesn't have an easy escape with Windrun, and that could mean that he's
Alacrity just had to TP back to the mid lane, not willing to of course miss those creeps underneath his tier 1 tower. Yeah, we'll just get back to farming.
Yeah, it's at the least doesn't have that rotation from Boomy, so it looks like Nuts and Boomy will just twack each other up. You've got 2 supports with boots. You're just gonna be trading hits like that for a while.
It's kind of weird though, right? Like, generally speaking, you wouldn't really want to rush boots on a pos 5 Lion like this. Right? Like, you'd rather have crazy amounts of regen and just keep trading harass, but I guess up against Boomy, knowing that the Earthshaker is going to get those level 1 boots, you kind of need to keep up with this Earthshaker. And even then, like, Boomy still has 20 more movement speed than Nuts does right now. So poor old Nuts, even with the brown boots, is going to be much slower than Boomy.
It is still giving Drew some space, so as long as they're trading like this, I'm sure Drew doesn't mind. He's still somewhat finding farm, although up against a Dazzle. Once the spell harassment is out, it's hard to sustain that lane as a spec.
You look at Mac in that mid lane, he's having a great old time as well. 11-1 right now on that Beastmaster. Of course, as the levels go up on the Beastmaster, it becomes even harder to really deal with him. Though Alacrity going to go after that courier now and does end up sniping it, but Mac going to punish him with a lot of harassment. And Alacrity will manage to also get the ball kill. So some nice pickups there from this windranger. But as the levels go up on Mac, this is only going to get harder and harder because those balls, they tend to hit quite hard at level 3. And even then, just being able to deny off so many creeps from Alacrity, certainly going to pay dividends here for Mac.
Yeah, it's just not the best lane for the windranger, and even at 4 now, with a little bit more points in Windrun, you're really not trading that way anyway.
Well, Ben Sawyer ends up finding first blood onto Nuts up at top lane, and CML ends up going down at the bottom lane. But Adroit did manage to get the first blood before CML went down. So you definitely call that a win in Adroit's books, and it was really just the pos 5s both dying. Standard stuff.
Yeah, not the biggest loss in the world. I think Natsumi will actually enjoy having a little bit more space here. CML has been stuck at 1.
You can't run that far up as a Lion like this, and he's dead.
Ooh.
It's the poison touch though, right? Like, once poison touch is on top of you as a Lion, you see the Fisher come out of the ES, and that's it, you're dead. Like, there's no way out of it.
Yeah, it's like, even with the brown boots, you just can't run out of there fast enough, and this is something that RR is going to have to contend with. With the levels up and running on Adroit, the aggression from this lane means it's going to be harder for Drew to find that safe farm, and his last hits are already suffering.
Even bot lane, KOXY ends up going down as well, as Natsumi with the Dragon Tail and CML with the Cold Feet do lock him down. It's going to be 2 more kills going to the way of Adroit. And even Drew, on this Spectre, he has to be so careful. That level 2 poison touch, you can't underestimate how much damage you can make out of it, especially if you keep refreshing it over and over again. And he's just going to continue to just spam Spectral Dagger to secure CS here in this safe lane for now. But Boomy's a constant threat. You know he has the Fisher, you know he can go at any time, and speaking of, he might just go right now with a great block with that Fisher, but Drew, Spectral Dagger, no, it wore off. He can't get the free pathing off, and now Hustler going to rotate in, but Drew is definitely going to die, and Hustler, can he at least find Boomy? No, he gets juked out, he thinks he's gone north. Truth was, he just stayed in the exact same spot, and that'll make it a 4-1 now for the side of Adroit.
Yeah, it's a fantastic start for Adroit. They are keeping the Spectre in heavy check, although they might lose out in Boomy now.
Shards are there, perfectly placed, although Boomy's still being a real nuisance here, but does finally end up dying. Nuts the one to pick up the kill, and it's actually some decent timing here from RR. They will be able to secure both the top bounty runes, and even... yeah, they'll get a 3-1 on those bounties, because there is still 1 left on the Dire side.
Yeah, it's a pretty good boost for them, although down mid, Roar onto Alacrity.
Well, they just saw him use his wind run, so there's no way of him getting out of that situation. In fact, I'm not really sure what he was doing that far down into the lane. But Alacrity, those are kills you can't afford to give away right now. The rest of the team is already having a tough time as it is. They're depending on this windranger to set a pace for their team, and if that keeps up, he's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's not been the best of starts for Alacrity. Look at the last hits on Mac, 41-8. Whereas Alacrity is just down to 28-4.
Now mid lane, Boomy, he just rotates in.
Oh.
Cold Feet there onto Hustler, and they will get the kill. Alacrity the focus fire, and a nice shackle shot does secure the kill on the AA. But now the ball's slow. He just used the wind run. Boomy gonna be there with an enchant totem stun. Alacrity needs another wind run, but it's up in a few seconds. Still a great stun from Nuts. Does get the 2-man. And that'll be enough. But it's just such a close call for RR, almost losing that windranger again. Had Raw been up, that would have been a guaranteed kill on Alacrity.
Yeah, and even if Alacrity lived through that, they did have to drag the supports in to back him up as well. So the side lanes are going to be suffering. You take a look at Drew all alone. I don't think that's a position he wants to be in on the spec.
Definitely not up against the Dazzle, who already has Necro 1 books, by the way. That's some fast timing on that Dazzle. They are going to go onto Boomy top lane, but another great Fisher coming out from Boomy. Still, he will drop. CML trying to protect his Dazzle. Ben Soy going to be able to walk away from this, but CML may not be so lucky, though. Another great Earth Spike, but they do lose Nuts. There goes CML as well. Now Aurora being committed straight onto Alacrity, who does wind run and just try and run away, but it looks like he probably will tick out to the Poison Touch. Maybe he gets a deny off on these neutrals, but yeah, you can't channel the power shot like that all the way if you want the deny on the neutrals.
No, definitely not. And Adroit again finding the favorable trade in the end, just managing to keep Alacrity down constantly. And I do like how aggressive Alacrity's been playing. Like, he's been all over the map. He's been trying to help out. It's just he's not finding farm. And Adroit's at the point with level 6 up on Natsumi, they can just start pushing down these towers.
Yeah, Necro 1 book on Ben Soy, level 6 on Natsumi. They will force Alacrity to rotate in on the windranger. He is focus firing down this Dragon Knight, but now just look who came in. It's Mac.
No.
And give him the tip. He's playing windranger. He deserves it. He will end up going down, and the T1 tower will also go down. And you know, with that, John, Adroit has got some real nice control going on across this map.
Yeah, they can take control and take over that top jungle. They're starving out Drew, who's forced to farm bot in a lane very deep into the tier 2. Not the best of spots for a Spectre to be in, but this is the only real safe space to farm in now.
Look at that mid lane, though. Hustler, thinking he's safe right now. Mac, he found an even better target. He goes after KYXY instead. Nice snowball there, but is it going to be enough? He'll turn around with the tag team. Mac falling low, but a great Fisher. Drew haunted in as that Fisher came out. Now Nuts trying to fight back, but he can't. No. Oh, what kind of timing was that from
Drew?
Boomy?
No!
Oh, Drew dies as well. The Helm of the Dominator creep just chasing him down. Now Alacrity being stunned up by the Dragon Tail, and he's been slowed by the Poison Touch. It's a full team wipe. We're 9 minutes into the game.
Whew. Man, RR, they are overcommitting for these kills that they cannot find. They don't have the information on the map to make these movements. They don't have aggressive wards. They should just focus on giving Drew some farm. And we mentioned that from the draft. They have to play as 4, protecting 1. This is not for protecting 1. Drew's out there in front. And when you watch a Spectre die to a dominated creep and tick out to the Poison Touch because of that, you know things are not going well.
How do you 4 protect 1 though, John? We're 9 minutes into the game. Like, Nuts... Oh.
What happened?
You disconnected too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, everyone's just disconnected. I saw one of the players disconnect as well.
Yeah.
Dota 2 has done something. I'm gonna press this reconnect button. Gaben.
Fine.
Gaben, what have you done this time, sir? I know for sure. Okay, alright. It's safe. It's safe.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, don't tell me this game is just completely off the record now. It is,
Oh boy.
You know why that happened, John?
Why?
Not enough battle passes being bought. No.
I see.
Need more money.
That's fair. Nuts?
Gonna need to get chased down. Shackle's gonna come out from Mac. Nuts is just falling to the balls.
Oh man.
It's just the balls. Now Raw's gonna be up in 3 seconds. KYXY trying to at least get Mac. A nice snowball in, but what an Echo Slam. Boomy! He found all 3 of them, and now Alacrity gonna end up going down as well, it looks like. They'll Fisher him up. Hustle's gonna get chased down by Boomy, and that was an absolutely spectacular play from the Earthshaker. I mean, he snowballed 3 of them into the exact same spot, and Boomy thought, well, this is a freebie.
I'm not sure what you expect when you do that, but we rarely see a lot of Tusks play that aggressive up against the Shaker, and Mike, that's the second slam we've seen without a blink that goes to great results. Back to back now. This time from Booby, and RR. Nothing's lining up. They need to buy time. It's hard. I think you have to throw your bodies out like this. Yes, you have to do it smartly. You have to start warding up areas you want to hunt in.
What the hell?
You define areas to find farm. Yeah?
Sorry, John, I don't mean to interrupt you like that. Natsumi, before he was in dragon form, was walking around naked. It was a disgusting sight to behold.
Oh, it's that bug, eh? The cosmetic bug.
It's the not enough battle passes being bought bug, John. We're gonna start losing cosmetics if we don't start buying more. We need to buy more levels.
Oh no. Gotta bring out that credit card, Mike. Don't look at me.
Bot lane. Well, someone was there. It was Ben Soy, but he's backed up to that Roshan pit now. And it's going to be an easy Roshan to take. Like, you know they can't fight back on RR.
No.
Thing is, they kind of need to. They do have the Spectre Haunt to scout this out. They are making their way in. Power shot will give vision. Do you want to haunt into this? No, they will not. They do get CML at least.
It's something. You'll take what you can get, but you've got to fully disengage now. Can't fight into the Aegis. And you've got the blink up in Boomy. So he can do what he just did a while ago a lot more often without having to wait for them to snowball first.
Back. Raw, gonna be there. Easy with the Hawk vision. And Hustler tries to snowball, and he will go down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Alacrity, what are you doing there, sir? He got fished up, and Natsumi just gonna take him out with the Breathe Fire. And you know, Fnatic made RR call GG in 18.5 minutes. And I'm kind of wondering if Adroit is trying to race Fnatic in making them call it earlier. And they are. They're going for a tier 3 tower.
Yeah.
This could be sub 15 minutes.
It's RR. I don't know if they can fight back. Right? They need Drew to have to join in, but he doesn't have anything.
Well, the Racks being under siege, they just don't care. You know, we mentioned this in the draft stage. You've got a Dragon Knight Beastmaster. This is going to happen, and now Nuts on that support line does die. Natsumi just kind of rushing forward like, what are you going to do about me? He's got an Aegis anyway. And now, up to the top lane. You'd think this was about 33 minutes in, John. We're still 13 minutes into the game. They will eventually leave that be as Drew gonna cop an Ice Blast from a map away. Nobody's there apart from Boomy, but can he do it himself? He's got more help coming in. Boomy now has the blink up, does get the enchant with the Fisher, has Echo as well. There's creeps around. Even his own creeps working against him right now. Poor Drew. How dare they? And mid lane, Hustler gonna die as well. KYXY being chased down right now by Natsumi. And there's just nothing that can be done. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't stop this. Guardian Greaves are now up on the Dazzle.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Just the amount of farm on Ben. So he's #1 in net worth. I've never seen the Dazzle pull this far ahead. I don't think we've seen it in a while. And you're not even at level 18, so you're not even maximizing the bad juju cooldown reduction for those Greaves yet.
No, you aren't, John. Currently, they are sitting at a 29.6 second cooldown, but that's going to go down to about half of that once he gets to that 18 mark. If Ben Soy ever does, the game lasts long enough. The Droid are going for another tier 3 tower. They just don't care. We may as well bring up the buyback status while we're here. You just have no D push. You've really only got the power shot. And right now, that's doing nothing.
Nah. they're trying to split push with KYXY, but I don't think he's going to find any objectives for his trouble.
Raw goes out onto Alacrity with the Ice Blast. Nice snowball save, however. They're going to go in now with the Haunt. Ben Soy already kills off Alacrity, though. They will find the trade with the finger onto Ben Soy, but now KOXY also going to die. Alacrity will buy back here, coming back on the Windranger, but now Drew is being surrounded. Nice Fisher out coming from Boomy, and Earthspike through the Dragon Knight, but there's no damage. It's a double shackle there as well, but you have no DPS to follow up with. There are 3 heroes now with no buybacks. And Nuts and Alacrity both just bought back. And that's a second Rax at almost 16 minutes into the game. And they're not leaving the base. They are not done.
Why would you? You still have everything you need. You've got the Aegis up and running. You're going to have the Slam up again. It's been that long. There's no reason to pull back. They've got all the tools available, and you really just need to wait for Dragon Form to be up. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that,
GG's been called. I don't blame. I mean, you can't though. That's the thing, right?
No.
Drew just doesn't have enough farm. It's not his fault. You haven't bought him enough space to really do anything.
No.
I would dare say this is like really down to drafting, right? Like if we were to just get to the stem of the problem, it was just a complete outdraft here. Adroit just had a significantly better draft.
Yeah. This is something we watched Adroit for each day we covered Birmingham, or nearly every day, right? And that was the start of a very long, rough streak for them, is the kind way to put it. It doesn't feel like they've solved the issues they've been having just yet. Hopefully enough, they'll kind of figure out what their team needs to get done, but there were a couple of factors there. KYXY's NP came out too early, and it really didn't do much in the lane. It didn't get enough done. It couldn't buy space. Nuts on the line could not trade and protect the spec as well. So if they fix their drafting a bit more, I think there might be an opportunity, but it does feel like Adroit, they're on top of their game right now.
Oh, they definitely are. And with that, we're going to get to see them again in game number 2. Of course, it will be Adroit and RR in this best of 2 series. Adroit taking a 1-0 lead. It is MLP Dota and JohnXFire, and we'll see you back in about 10 minutes for that second game.